So basically, when people talk about it being the most wonderful time of the year, I think what they're actually talking about is the fact that it's planner season. Definitely one of my most favorite times of the year when I get my system set up for 2019, when I get everything like sorted. I know exactly what tools I'm going to be using in the next year. I get to purchase new things and I get really excited about what's possible coming up in the new year. So today I am excited to talk about what planners I'm using in 2019. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to give you a brief look at all the different planners and notebooks and systems that I'll be using in 2019. Just as a little overview, if you are not familiar with me, my name is Sarra Cannon. I am a professional self-published author of more than 25 novels. And so here on YouTube, I talk a lot about writing and how to self-publish your novels, but also about how to plan your life. So this really is good for anyone and will apply to anyone who is just looking to be a little bit more organized in 2019. And of course, I am a planner girl at heart, so I have lots and lots of things. And I'll just go ahead and preface this video by saying that I don't expect that most people use quite as many like notebooks and things as I do. I just enjoy it. It's not necessary to run like a great business online. You could do it with just one planner. You can run your whole life with just one great planner. But hopefully my addiction of loving to use lots of different things will be helpful to you as you try to decide what planners you want to use. And if not, it'll be a lot of good eye candy for you today. So I hope you enjoy it. Like this first planner, this is my HB90 method planner, which is a custom planner I designed for authors and creative entrepreneurs. This is my main number one everyday gotta have, must have planner. And I did a flip through of this whole system that I will link for you down below. But basically, I found that I am not the kind of person that is happy in just one system. I like having lots of things. I like getting to use the Erin Condrens and the other types of planners, but I really need practically a system that is going to help me run my business. So I decided, somewhere midway through or towards the end of this year, that what I'm going to do to satisfy this need to keep changing my system is I'm going to change out my binders. And I've talked about this before. So I bought a lot of A5 binders and I did a video haul on all my A5 binders. So they're a mix of like Kiki K, Carpe Diem, Agenda 52, Webster's Pages, and things like that. This one is a Webster's Pages. And they're just 6-ring binders. They have 6 rings. They're A5 size. They're either leather or faux leather. And I'm going to change out these dashboards, which are just like these tabs. And I'm gonna change out maybe my pictures and things like that. But the insides of this planner will be my HB90 method, which is a goal setting method. And if you're interested in that and what it is, I will have a link to my walkthrough down below. But basically this is gonna be my main planner for 2019, but it won't always look exactly like this because I'll be moving into different colors of binders throughout the year. But what I love about the A5 rings, and if you've been watching my channel, you know that I was using a Hobonichi for most of the year. This is my Hobonichi. I just covered it with scrapbook paper, and I loved the Hobonichi. The paper, I still just I just die when I touch it because I just love this paper, and I really stuck with this planner for a long time. But I can't necessarily keep my editorial calendar and all of my vision stuff and all of my journaling and all of my goal setting in this one planner because it's just not enough space and it's not customizable enough. So sadly, that's like one of my greatest sadnesses is that I am not purchasing a new Hobonichi for next year. But I am super excited that pretty much if I didn't use any of the other things I'm going to show you today, I've got this planner. And like I said, I will pop in a picture of the other binders that I have, but basically I can still make it feel new by switching out the clips, by switching out the dashboards and the pictures, by switching out the binder and the little ephemera and things that go with it. But the meat of the system, the planner with all my notes, with all my goal setting, with everything that keeps my business going is the same. And that is, I think, what is going to make 2019 an even better year for me than 2018 was, because I had my overall most productive year of all time in 2018, and I think 2019 is going to be even better. And I think one of the reasons, I know as silly as it sounds, is that through you know, making a custom planner for myself and for writers that kind of meets all of my needs and hopefully meets the needs of you guys as well. It's really helped me like hone in on what's important and keep everything, like my editorial calendar for both businesses and, you know, all of my notes and everything and goals in one place. Okay, guys. Planner number 2, this is a mini Happy Planner in their Hustle Deluxe cover. So if you're familiar with Happy Planners, these are the ones that are the disc bound planners, and they come in 3 sizes. And I'm going to show you all 3 sizes today because I've got several of these that I'm using. This is the mini Happy Planner, and this is the Squad Goals Planner from 2018-2019. So I'm not buying a new one for 2019 because this already has it in there. I think this one goes until summer. So what I do is I put bigger rings. I put the classic size rings on it, which fits fine in this deluxe cover. I'm using the deluxe cover because this is my everyday carry in my purse, and to just throw the rings and stuff in my purse, it would mess up the planner. So this kind of protects it. I can keep a little pin with me. I take this with me everywhere because I would like to, you know, I'm a writer, so I keep a lot of notes when I'm at dinner and stuff with my husband. We'll be talking through things like story ideas that come upon me. I want to have that notebook. I want to have space to write in it. So I actually did a video on setting this up as well because I set it up for the Romance Writers of America conference this summer and just loved it so much that I kept using it. So I've got those same like page protectors in here, and some of them I'm using like little Happy Planner things from the memory keeping stuff, and some of it is like my book covers. And I've got some little sticky notes in here. Happy Planner has these. And for the mini Happy Planner, these, if you go to like Michael's or Joann's when they're having a sale, these are only a couple dollars. And more book covers and pictures. And then I just punched and put in some little cards that I liked. I've got some of this little paper, and this is what I like put in and out is the paper, and I keep it at the beginning of the planner so that if we go out to dinner or we're chatting or I'm sitting there like getting my oil changed and I've got to be like writing ideas down, I've got that paper front and center. Then I've got some business cards in case I need them, various little dashboards, more notes. Oh my gosh, I just saw this recently and I was like, okay, I've got to have it. It's just like a little washi tape divider, which I thought was cute. Some more sticky notes and more pictures of the fam. And then in the back of the planner, I just keep about 3 or 4 months of the actual planner in here. And this mini planner has the monthly planner, which I pretty much don't do anything with, but I do use this part. So this is just a horizontal version of the planner. And what I do is when I go out, you can see I didn't really go out at all last week, but when we go out to dinner or I go out to Michael's or I go and I spend money at all, I use this kind of as a budget tracker where I will just quickly jot down. I keep this little felt bow in here on the day that it is, and obviously I need to switch it out to next week. But like I go to the grocery store and I just quickly pop this open since it's in my, you know, in my purse, and I will write down that I spent $28.30 or I spent $100 at the grocery store or whatever it is. So that I just, and that's pretty much all I use these weekly inserts for, is writing out anything that I spent money on. And then when I get home, I can go back through and add it to my spreadsheet, because this is easier than looking at my bank account, which has like all kinds of different income and deposits and different things like that. Kind of just keeps me on track. And then I won't show you, but I also have some of the Happy Planner like budgeting pages where I actually go through and make sure I'm not spending too much on groceries, or we're not eating out too much, or spending too much on planner supplies. So I do all of my budgeting in this one, and it's easy because this one just goes with me. And then here in the back, I have like a little glasses cleaner because I do wear glasses, and then some extra little half sheets and another pin in my pin loop. So this is kind of my like wallet everyday carry. Okay, so this one is going to be a little bit unique, I would guess, to many of you. You're probably not going to recognize this one. This is called the Pat Me. And this is kind of a unique system. It's by Kokuyo, and it is a Japanese planner. And I had my friend Jen, who is here on YouTube, so I'll link her channel for you down below. She went to Japan this year, and she was like, what do you want me to get you? Because obviously when you buy items from Japan, you have to pay shipping and stuff to get it here. So it was cheaper for her to buy it over there and bring it home to me. So she got for me this Pat Me planner. Now this is A5 size, so it will fit into my binder. So what I can do is I can just take this number 1 and I can put it into my binder and keep it there. So it's A5 size. Every single month has its own booklet. So you can get a different booklet for every single month, so you don't have to carry around the entire planner. It comes with this black cover that you can actually slide the Pat Me into. So I may do that, just depending. I haven't totally decided. And then you can put a different one. You can put a different one up here, but I may keep it in this little guy so that it stays protected, and then I can slip it into the back of my planner just like that. But let me show you what it looks like on the inside, because this is really cool. So on the inside, when you open it up, it's very simple, but it's so brilliant. So this design is simple, but it's really, really cool. So let me show you kind of what's happening here. So at the top, you have a weekly layout with all of the hours. So you've got December 31st, January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. And you've got the time from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. or midnight. And then you've got 3 check boxes here that you can use for like your 3 daily priorities. So you could keep your time schedule here if you wanted. And then you've got the blocks. So you can see the month at a view. But when you're done with this week, you flip it up, and now you've got next week, and you've got a little bit of space up here that is grid, so you could keep notes. Then when this week is over, now you have the next week, and you've got the remaining weeks at a glance, and you've got a little bit of extra space. And that space at the top just kind of keeps growing as the weeks go on until you get to the end. And then at the back, you also have not only a pullout here that has all of the year, like a year at a glance calendar, but you've also got some like note sheets here. Now, what appeals to me about this is not necessarily that this is hourly, but what I was thinking is this would be a cool way to track my yearly word count. I usually keep a calendar on the wall, but this year I just didn't keep up with it. I did it for the first 3 months of the year, and then I just didn't keep up with it. But since this is going to go inside my main everyday, use it all the time planner, I really, really like to have kind of an at a glance to see how many words I wrote in a month. So I think this will be perfect, because instead of like, I probably will go white out these little sections that have the hours, and instead I will count these as word sprints. So every 25-minute word sprint that I do, I will write down my productivity. If you want to do time tracking also, like you wanted to write where you were spending your time, like 8 a.m. I spent 20 minutes on social media, at 9 a.m. I checked email, at 10 a.m. I wrote a blog post. This would also be a really cool thing to do, because you could track your editorial calendar down here, like write out which blog posts you're going to do, and then keep track of what you got done in a day on this top part. There's just so many possibilities of how you can use this. But like I said, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to have my word sprints up here, and then I'm going to, like at the end of the day, tally it up and say, okay, I wrote 500 words today, then 1,000 words tomorrow. And I'm going to try to make it a goal. I do this thing every year with my Facebook group of writers that I run called Whirlwind of Words, that we're a sprinting group, and I do a thing every year called Don't Break the Chain, where it's like we want to try to challenge ourselves to write every single day of the month, even if it's just 100 words. So this would be a great way at the end of the month to look and say, did I break the chain, or did I write every single day? And it just is such a cool system. And then when you're done with it, you pull this one out and you put in month number 2. And I really think that this Pat Me is going to be something kind of cool to try for next year. Okay guys, moving on to the next planner in the rotation. So you might have also seen this earlier on my channel, but I purchased an Erin Condren planner. If you're not familiar with Erin Condren, you can pull these, the covers off and change those out. So I've got a couple of other covers that I might add to it, but I did their marquee cover where you get to choose your words and then choose your color. And I did it in this pink, which is my favorite, and got love, laugh, game on it with the year 2019 at the bottom. And then I just put a picture of my family when we went to Disney for, we had to evacuate from the hurricane, and we were just like, let's go to Disney instead of holing up in a hotel somewhere where we didn't really know what else to do. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of remember and remind myself that life is sometimes about the spontaneous, joyous moments. I get really wrapped up sometimes in like planning for my business, in working really hard. And sometimes I find myself actually like, it'll be 11 o'clock at night and my husband's saying like, I thought we were going to watch a movie, or I thought we were going to do this or whatever together. And I'm still working. And part of it is because I truly love what I do for a living. So it doesn't always feel like work. And another part of it is I'm just super ambitious, super excited about what's going on. And my work is just something I get really wrapped up in. Like I could make YouTube videos all day, every day, and I really enjoy it. But in order to be a creator, I've got to remember to take time off. So this planner is kind of a self-care planner. It's kind of just a gift to myself for having really accomplished a lot this year. And I really wanted to I wanted to buy one. So I did. And so it's kind of a gift to myself because I wanted to use it to, use a lot of stickers and stuff like that, but also a way to kind of track some of the fun things that we're doing. We have family game night every night between me, my husband, and my son, Andrew, who's a 6-year-old. We play Roblox games at night and we each rotate who gets to choose a game. So like every night, like, all right, we played Flood Escape and it was my choice. And then George chose Gas Station Simulator, and then we watched Dragon Prince together, and Andrew got his first allowance. And it's just kind of like, sort of like a memory keeping planner, but not exactly. It's more like a chance for me to use stickers that I really love. And most of the stickers that you'll see that I've already been using are printable stickers from Paper and Gumption. So I just write out like things that I want to remember. My husband and I think I've mentioned this before on the channel. My husband and I met playing a game called EverQuest 2, which is an online, massive multiplayer online RPG, kind of similar to World of Warcraft, if you've ever heard of that. And that game is kind of, it's not exactly dead, but it's very low population and there just isn't much of a community there anymore. So we decided to go back to gaming as something that I could just take my mind completely off work and just really have fun with him at night. So I kind of say I'm gonna stop working every night at a certain time and help get my son to bed, read to him at night, and I will mark in the planner like what we're reading together. And then once he's in bed, George and I get to play games together, and this has been just incredible. Like last night I made this I decided to play a demon hunter. I was playing rogue, but I wasn't super enjoying it, so I decided to make a demon hunter. I called her Parish, so if you're one of my readers, you understand that reference. And I made this little leveling chart. So last night I made it to level 101, and I'm heading towards level 120, so I'll fill these in. But I like that, I can take just a blank note page and do things like that, and then I'll have a record of when I got that character leveled up. I'm not doing a lot with the monthly spreads, and then just every week I print out new printables from an Etsy shop and mark off things that I want to remember about my family. And I do have a walkthrough of this planner as well, which I will link down below, but it has some note pages, some coloring pages, and dot grid stuff, and there are some stickers in the back as well as a pocket. So this is a great planner if you like having something that's kind of coiled. I love the Erin Condren planner, so I will include a link. And actually, if you're interested in purchasing an Erin Condren planner, you can get, I believe, $10 off if you use my link down below. And that is an affiliate link, so if you buy something, you'll get $10 off, and they will also give me $10 off my next order. So I would appreciate you using that link if it's your first order with Erin Condren. Okay, I'm looking at this stack and realizing this is going to be a super long video, but hopefully you guys are in for it. All right, so another thing that I'm going to be using in 2019 is a classic size happy planner. This one, I can't remember what it was called. I think it was like, no, I'm not even going to try to remember what this one was called, but it's super colorful. As soon as I saw them go through all of their designs for 2019, I knew this is the one I wanted. So I went straight to Michael's and picked it up so that I made sure I got the one I wanted. I use a classic size happy planner. I use this for my meal planner. And so this planner will sit up on my kitchen counter all year. Every Sunday, I will go through and I will plan my entire week of meals. And I use the 3 boxes here for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I've also done a video about this and how I use my happy planner for meal planning. And I will link that for you as well if you're interested in seeing some ideas on how to use it for meal planning. But it's super simple. I do decorate it just because I enjoy it, but I actually am excited about this one because I feel like it already sort of looks decorated with the different colors and things. So I don't think I'm gonna have to do much to it. I think I can just write very simply what we're having for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But if you're not aware and haven't been watching this channel, I lost over 50 pounds in the past year by following a type of eating called bright line eating. And I basically have cut all sugar and flour out of my diet. But a key component of bright line eating is planning ahead. And kind of just committing to what you said you were going to eat instead of, going out and binge eating or breaking your bright lines. So every Sunday morning, I sit down with my planner, a cup of coffee, and my YouTube binge that I want to watch on YouTube, whatever videos I'm watching. And I just go ahead and plan my entire week. And then I add stuff to my grocery list, and I either have my groceries delivered if I don't have a lot of time, or we go out as a family and we get groceries together very quickly. But I just loved the colorful nature of this planner. I don't think I'm gonna have to do much to really decorate it. It's just gonna be super simple, and it just sits open just like this every single day, and it keeps me on track with my eating. It makes me feel happy. I love the bright pink discs. I love the colorful decorated pages and the sort of outlined numbers. So like I said, I can't remember what this one is called. It might be the seasonal one because I know it does have some seasonal things. But this one's just super cute. And I super love how, if you guys can see it, they have little doodles kind of on the page. And I just really think like that's for Christmas Eve, going to get your little thing, and Hanukkah begins, and it's got the blue stripes. And I just think it's really beautiful how they have those doodles in on the monthly calendar. So I think it'll be a really good one to have. So that's a classic size happy planner. And while we're on happy planner binge here, I also bought this, which is the big happy planner. This is the bigger size, and it is a happy memory keeping planner. I bought one of these for 2018, and I have to admit I did not fully stick with it, but since I already dated it, I just decided I was going to get a brand new one for 2019 and try one more time. If I don't have time to keep up with this in 2019, you guys can hold me to it. I just won't buy another one. But the happy memory keeping planners are specifically for memory keeping. And so they're designed with that in mind. And this one says Snapshots of a Happy Life and has rose gold discs on the side, which is so beautiful. And these planners come undated. They're 12 months. And so you date them. And the mistake I made last year was when I first got it, I just dated the entire thing. So then when I didn't keep up with it, it was like, well, it's already dated, and I didn't want to try to cover or pull the stickers out. So I decided just get a fresh start at the beginning of the year. But I'll just give you a little bit of a snapshot here of what it looks like. A little bit different from the normal happy planners because you've got some little boxes that are meant for journaling that have lines or grid, little today with dot grid. Then you've got little prompts over here. If you guys can see that, this says like this week, I'm loving, grateful for, thinking, going, wearing, excited for, and then little documented things so you can kind of, write things on it. Also, the Polaroid Zip Printer, I bought one of these last year when I was specifically going to try with this. The zip, I'll actually show you guys real quick because I put one on here. So this is a printout from the Polaroid Zip photo printer, and it fits exactly inside these boxes. So I'm hoping to just print out a handful of pictures every single week and just do some basic journaling. Now I'm not sure if it will feel redundant to this Erin Condren where I'm keeping track of kind of my fun time. This may feel the same way, but I didn't want to put pictures in my Erin Condren. So I'm gonna see how this turns out and see if I end up using it. But the designs in this one are super cute, very pretty, and lots of, colorful designs. Again, you've got yellow and purple and lots of cool like dashboards. And then on the opposite of the month page, you've got extra little things like where you can put your 3 favorite pictures of the month, your 3 favorite memories, any little like looking back, or your monthly bucket list or whatever. So this is a pretty good one to try out. And like I said, I'm not 100% certain that I will keep up with it, but if I do and you guys would like to see a walkthrough when I get some of the weeks filled in, I would be happy to show that to you. So there's another planner for the year. So along the lines of journaling, I'm going to pull this out. So these are Kikki.K notebook covers. So you guys have seen on my channel before my Kikki.K binders, like the 6-ring binders, like the Webster's pages, but I'm not sure I've ever shown these before. So Kikki.K also has these leather notebook covers that have a little clasp, and then they have a little hand hold in the back so you can like hold them up. And then inside they have little pockets here, and I'll show you what that's for in a second. And usually some other little pockets, a pin loop, and you can see I've kind of gotten probably marker on this one, and then it's fabric on the inside here. And then I have this one also that is their old bubblegum collection. So this one's just pink and it's got stripes inside. And they're basically the same things. They just hold notebooks, and Kikki.K does make A5 notebooks that go in these. But for a while, so if you have a Hobonichi, for example, like I was using earlier this year, it would fit straight in here. You just put the back cover into this slot and the front cover into that slot, and it becomes a Hobonichi cover. So if you've been looking for a really cute leather Hobonichi cover, you could go to Kikki.K.com. It's amazing, but these are expensive. Like these can be up to $50, but they do have a few on sale right now. I've had these for a few years because I got them both on like 50% off sale one year. But anyway, I am not going to be buying another Hobonichi. I've already mentioned that. But what I did buy, because I like to journal every evening, and this is more of just a 1 page a day, more of like an art journaling. I'll do watercolors and put stickers on the page, and it's just mostly gratitude and manifestation journal. This is not where I complain like I might do in my morning pages or just get all my emotions out. This is a centering exercise for me. When I get into bed at night, I just do this for just maybe 10 minutes. This is very personal, so I won't show you a lot of it. But once I stopped using my Hobonichi as my planner, I didn't want it to go to waste for like the rest of the year. So I started using this as my nightly journaling. I also write currently I write some of my tarot card readings in this, and I do some practicing of my hand lettering and different things like that. And with the Hobonichi, there's a page per day, so I've been kind of using it that way. But I did not want to spend $60 buying a Hobonichi for next year because I don't need the monthly pages and the weekly layouts, and it felt like kind of a waste of money. So I asked around, and people told me that this Stalogy 365 Editor's Notebook, which is basically the same size as the Hobonichi, it's still the A5 size, is very similar in paper. Now, it does not use the Tomoe River paper that the Hobonichi has, but it is very similar paper. It's not going to quite feel exactly the same, but it's about as close as you can get in a big notebook like this. And this notebook has a page, but it's not dated. And you can see very, very lightly here, hopefully you can see that, at the top that it has like all the months, all the days of the week, and then 1 through 31. So if you wanted, you could like circle January 1st, Monday, and you could keep track of your days like that. But I kind of like that, unlike the Hobonichi that has all of this writing, like Japanese quotes on the bottom, a calendar, the date, the time, it's more set like a planner. This is going to be perfect for journaling because if I want to use up 5 pages in a day, or if I want to skip a day, it doesn't matter. And I can feel a little freer with the layout. So I will just pop in the front and the back covers, and now it's a notebook cover for my nightly journaling. So this will just live. I'll probably do some like little decorating or something over here. And this will just live on my side table, and I will start it on December 31st or January 1st. And hopefully this will last most of the year, but if not, I can always buy another one because these are only about $20 on Amazon or JetPens, which is saving a lot more than buying like the Hobonichi just to get that paper. But I'm really excited about this because it really holds up well with stickers and washi tape, watercolors, and hand lettering and stuff like that. So that is my nightly sort of gratitude journaling, and I can switch out the covers if I would like. So while we're on the subject of journaling, something else that I'm going to be doing, this will look familiar to those of you who followed me earlier in the year as well, but I used to keep my Hobonichi in this. This is an A5 Chic Sparrow, and I also have a black one that I sometimes use that I have a little puffy thing on. So this is a Mr. Darcy ink, which is another A5 Chic Sparrow leather cover. And this one is the Odyssey, and I think it's the Athena. I always forget what the names are, but it's the pink Odyssey, and she does like ink blots and coffee stuff on them to kind of make it really pretty and have that worn look. So inside this is a traveler's notebook. So if you aren't familiar with that, a traveler's notebook has different, I can show you in this one better. It has these bands that you can put notebooks in. So you can carry like 4 notebooks, and you could actually add more bands if you had the room for them. So I have put little dashboards on them, and I have put notebooks inside of this. Some of these right now are still my old notebooks, but I also have brand new notebooks, which are these that are just black and dot grid on the inside. I probably will change out these like laminated covers, but if you want to see how I made these dashboards for my TNs, I will link to a video of how I laminated and put these together for my traveler's notebook in the description box below. But what I have in here is I have 4 separate notebooks. And like I said, I'll probably be switching this out a little bit as the new year approaches. But I also have a brand new bullet journal, and I am super, super excited about this. I haven't even set it up yet. All I did, this is the Peter Popper Press Essentials notebook from Amazon. I will also link this down below. I used to use a Leuchtturm 1917 dot grid journal, but those are like $18 to $25, and I just didn't want to spend that kind of money on a bullet journal when I have all these other planners. So I did some research and decided that this Essentials one, which is only about $10, was a really good alternative. The paper, I don't like paper that is really cream colored. I would prefer white. And so this one is pretty close to being white paper. And the dot grid, I don't know if this will show up on camera at all, but the grid is maybe just a little bit wider apart than the Leuchtturm, but it holds up pretty well. I did like a little pen test here and used all kinds of markers, Tombow dual brush pen, super tips. And the only thing that really started to bleed through for me was the super tips a little bit, and I did some watercoloring, and that you could kind of just see it through the paper. And then also, what is that? One of the like my Tombow Fudonosuke brush pen, kind of, it didn't bleed through, but you can kind of see it really heavily through. So that's really not bad for ghosting for a bullet journal. I think it's actually better than the Leuchtturm bullet journal. This one also comes with a pocket in the back, just like the Leuchtturm does, and it does not, I believe, have an index in the front. It just starts with the first page, but I don't ever use the index, so those felt like wasted pages to me. This one was just plain black, and so what I did was I found this beautiful Tree of Life image on Etsy and purchased it there, and then I used my Cricut with some gold foil vinyl, and I cut it out. Isn't that gorgeous? Because this is going to be more of like my spiritual learning and bullet journal. So I track my tarot readings every day. I draw 3 cards a day. Every new moon and every full moon, I also do full Celtic Cross tarot readings. I've also been reading a lot more about spirituality, like A Course in Miracles, and some like Gabby Bernstein books like The Universe Has Your Back. Just more books that are in line with where I am spiritually right now. And so I really would like to sort of pour some of that learning and keep all my tarot spreads in one place, because like I said, I was sort of trying to find ways in the Hobonichi to track my tarot card readings because it's a big part of my life. But when I had them like this and I just was showing the 3 cards per day, there was no way to see at a glance like which cards I had pulled multiple times. So then I started using the weekly spread to draw the 3 days, like the 3 cards every day. But that still was not really what I wanted. So I've come up with some spreads that are going to, I think, really serve me well. And I'm going to put more stuff in here about like the lunar cycles and how it can affect your moods and how it does affect my mood. I'm going to put like a lot of my vision and dream life kinds of things, my desires lists. If you guys would like to see my setup of this bullet journal, I've already got things kind of sketched out, but I haven't actually set it up. If you're interested in that, I'm kind of calling it my witchy bullet journal. I will be doing a walkthrough of the setup of this journal and this entire notebook, which is going to be all about the books I'm reading on like self-growth and spirituality and just my own spiritual journey is all going to be in this traveler's notebook. So if you want to see that, I will be putting that up on my Sarra Cannon channel, which that one's more of my like fan channel. So if you're interested in seeing that, the link to subscribe to my Sarra Cannon channel is down below. So I would love to have you over there. Okay, now we're getting down to some of the other notebooks in the collection. So these are Erin Condren notebooks, and they come in 2 sizes. This is just more along the lines of like the A5 size, but it's the same size as the Erin Condren planner. And then she has the full 8.5 by 11. And these 2 are ones that I've been keeping for this year that I will carry through to next year also. But basically this one is, the smaller one is where I want to keep a lot of notes about my Sarra Cannon YouTube channel, which I have not fully gotten started. If you go over there, you'll see that there's maybe 4 or 5 videos, but I would like to actually get, you know, weekly videos going up with that. I write teen contemporary fantasies with vampires and witches and demons and all kinds of fun stuff like that. Lots of cliffhangers, lots of excitement, lots of romance and intrigue, and they're just super, super good fun. So I'm going to talk more about like books and things I like to read on my other YouTube channel. So I've got notes are going to be all kept in this one notebook, because I found that what I was doing a lot was I would have notes scattered around all over the place. So this way I've got dedicated notebooks that are specifically for one topic. This topic, I just put this cover on for Christmas because it's just cute. It's like gingerbread house. This notebook is more for my Heart Breathings channel and my content creation, which is what you're watching right now. And I've got like outlines of courses that I'm giving, outlines of courses that I've taken. Like for example, this is a Kick Butt Content Calendar course from Kim Jimenez that I took. So I took notes on the course and now I've got them all in one place. So I take lots of notes in here. I have notes outlining my self-publishing course that's coming up. So as soon as this one is filled up, and you guys can see this Erin Condren coil with the rose gold just got really tarnished over the year. So I'm kind of looking forward to being done with that one. And I have a silver one ready for next year. And this one is a dot grid notebook instead of lined. And so this will become my like Heart Breathings notes for courses and content and stuff when the other one is filled up. So these are more just like brainstorming notebooks and any little online courses like from Skillshare or whatever that I take notes in here. Another thing that I have done throughout this year is I'm a member of a business group online called Freshly Implemented with Amber McHugh. And this is just a like mostly group of women entrepreneurs who are really heart focused and wanting to grow our business. And so I joined that group this year and I went through an entire Kate Spade notebook for our mastermind sessions, my calls with Amber, just all the things that I did. Like we had a virtual retreat today. So all the notes that are related to Freshly Implemented went into a Kate Spade notebook, and I've almost used the whole thing. So for next year, I'm trying to decide if I want to use another Kate Spade notebook. And again, these are things I did not buy. These are things that I was hoarding, and I am determined to use up all my notebooks. I'll have a new video coming up in the next week or so that is all about my notebook collection. And I'm going to be doing a challenge next year where I am going to challenge myself to use up a full notebook every month and give away a notebook here on the channel every single month. So that'll be something for you guys as well as something for me to just kind of use the things that I bought instead of hoarding them where they're not really getting use. So I have this beautiful Kate Spade notebook, and of course inside it's just lined pages. So this is one. And then the other choice that I have is this Bando rough draft notebook. This one has slightly more white pages, but they're basically the same thing, and they're both florals. So if you guys have a vote on which one I should use, let me know. They're both beautiful, but I think I might go with Bando this year because the pages are more white, whereas the Kate Spade notebook is more like ivory or yellowish pages, and so I think I might switch it up. So that'll be all my meeting notes, and this is a good idea or a good tip that if you have a group you belong to, that you have lots of meetings throughout the year, it's good to have one dedicated notebook or one dedicated binder for each group so that you can keep all your notes together. I used to have just one single notebook that would just be like a strange combination of journaling and ideas and notes from books I was reading, and it was just everything, and I could never find anything again. It would just get thrown onto the page, and then it would be like, I have no idea where that is. So I've learned to just really compartmentalize. So this is my meetings notebooks. Those Erin Condren notebooks are my specific for each YouTube channel kind of brainstorming notebooks, and having specific purposes for my notebooks has really helped me. So just a couple more things to show you, and then we are done. This one is a tool notebook. You can kind of see the tool down here at the bottom, but I'm kind of loving rose gold. I'm not sure how well that will show up on camera, but this is a tool limited edition notebook. I don't even know if they're still available, but it's got rose gold underneath this little floral pattern, floral like cutout. And it came with, I believe, just black discs. And I think the tool notebooks kind of come with smaller discs anyway. So what I did was I combined it with Happy Memory Keeping rose gold discs. So you can get these at Michael's. You can get them on meandmybigideas.com. But these are metal discs, and they come in lots of different like gold, silver, rose gold. So I bought those because I knew it would look stunning with this. And then inside here, it has a few little pockets, and this is all leather. And then in the back, I put in a Happy Planner folder with I can keep some stickers in, and it's just blank in the back with a pen loop. But I'm not going to show you the content of this one. This is specifically for my coaching clients. So this year, along with Heart Breathings, I started a few courses, and I also started some private coaching on a very limited basis because my time is limited. But I'm committed to all of those coaching clients are going to get a lot of personal attention from me. So every time I take on a coaching client, I have a new tab for them in this notebook so that I can keep notes on everything we talk about, and as we're talking and as I'm brainstorming ways to help them strategize their career, I add to that. So of course I took out all the tabs and all of the notes because I didn't want you guys to see it's very private information, but it's good to have that sort of dedicated place to have meeting notes for my coaching clients as well. And it's just beautiful. Okay, and this is my final planner for the year. Some of you guys have seen this one before, but I want to do a new walkthrough, but I have a video about how I use an old Happy Planner for plotting my books. And it used to be a black Happy Planner, and I've switched into this one, but it said Hustle on the front, just like the mini one did. They're kind of like matching. It's like baby and mama. But I didn't like Hustle for my plotting stuff because it just doesn't fit. I don't hustle when I come to my writing. I'm all in on the art of it. So this I covered it up. I made this with my Cricut, and it says the plot thickens, but some people see it and think it says the plot chickens. So I think it's just the way the T is. So I might switch this out for a different saying. But anyway, it's kind of funny to me either way. I had someone say, is a plot chicken like a plot bunny? And I was like, the plot thickens. It's pretty funny. So this is another one of those Happy Planner deluxe covers. And it opens up like this, has some pockets here in the front. So you can kind of make that look cute, keep your stickers and everything else in there. And then I have basically the outer trappings of a Happy Planner, but on the inside it is not really a Happy Planner, but I will show you a little bit how I use it. So I've got some stickers here. I've got a little quote page there. And this yearly layout is from my HB90 planner. I just designed this as a yearly layout, and I'm going to go back later and add kind of little bullet points of 2019 of how much I got done, which books I was drafting, which months, and that sort of thing that will help me determine how long it took me to write everything I'm working on. I also do keep plotting notes in here. So when I was reading K.M. Weiland's Creating Character Arcs, I took a lot of notes in here that I wanted to be able to reference as I was writing. And then every tab in here is a different book that I'm working on. If you watched my videos on how to plot a novel, I have that plotting workbook in here. And I also have notes on my story. And as you can see here, this is actually an old Happy Planner page. And I had some dated Happy Planners that I wanted to be able to use, but I didn't want to throw it away, but they were dated. So what I've done is I've covered up pretty much like all the dated sections, and then I've sectioned this out. And what I did with this one is I actually whited out all of the divided sections there for the Happy Planner. You know, it has the 3 sections. So I just whited them out because it doesn't really serve my purposes right now. I have all my POV characters color coded, and then I've got my stickers that match them. Yes, this particular book I'm working on right now has a lot of POV characters. So by the time I'm done with this novel, this will be completely filled out. Then I also keep just notes in here about which scenes, which threads to pull through from the previous books, how I want to handle certain character arcs. Just all my story notes are in this little tab. Then I've got, in the next section, I showed this on some of my Instagram stuff. So if you're interested, I would like to do maybe an updated video in 2019 on how I'm using this and if it works for me. But this is part of the Happy Planner Teacher Planner. So I haven't fully decided exactly how I want to use this. One of my friends, an author named Ronnie Lauren, she gave me some ideas of how to use this because she was using this as what she calls a done planner. So instead of like planning out your week, she uses this to mark, here's what I got done on Monday. And she'll have different labels for this. So like, this is what I did in my writing. This is what I did in my social media. This is what I did in my admin work, et cetera, et cetera. And that way you can look back on your week and say, here's what I accomplished and here's what I didn't get done. I would like to use this as a done planner for my writing stuff, like which scenes got written. But like I said, this is totally not a completed system yet. So I'm going to just use it for the first few months of the year, and then if I find a system using this that really works and serves me, I will use it. If it just feels like here I'm trying to force myself into planning something else just because I want to use the cute stationery, I will dump it. If you guys want to see a video about how I do end up using this at the beginning of the year, please comment down below and let me know. So I think I will use this as kind of like a scenes list of some kind. Then I can just pop in other books in these other sections here. So I usually try to keep maybe notes for 3 different series in here at a time. And that's pretty much it, you guys. This is my plotting notebook. And that is a complete look at all of the planners and notebooks and systems that I will be using in 2019. I know it looks like a lot, and like I said at the beginning, there's no pressure to use more than one system. If you can find one great system that works for you, go with it. Stick with it, use the heck out of it, and love it. But if you're like me and you're looking for other ways to use planners so you get a chance to use an Erin Condren planner, or, you know, for me, planning enhances my life to such a degree that it's like, for example, this one is going to be a reminder, stop trying to work so hard and just enjoy my life for a little bit. Have a little bit of love in my life, have a little bit of laughter, and play some games, which I super love to do. So it serves as a reminder. It's a self-care thing. Every notebook, every planner has its place. Like, this one will live on my side table by my bed. This one goes in my purse. This one's almost always by my desk or in my backpack. This one's by my gaming computer, and so on. Like, every single one has its place. But when it comes down to it, this one with my HB90 system inside that has my goal setting planner, my daily planner, all my business notes, this is the bread and butter of my planning system. And I'm excited to hopefully stick with this system with the rings and just switch out the binders all year long. And hopefully some of this has been, you know, giving you some ideas on how you can use different planners, what other things that might enhance your life and your planning or your, you know, spiritual journey or anything you are working toward. If you loved this video and you would like to see more like it, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel here. Even if you're not a writer, we talk about a lot of things about how to plan and organize your life and your business. So I would love to have you join us. So subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you will get notified whenever there's a new video up from me. I'll also be doing a video soon on, like I said, my notebook collection, and I have a video of more than 30 ideas for ways you can use your notebooks. And I'm going to be running a challenge in 2019 of using a notebook every single month, like cover to cover, and giving away a notebook every single month to one of my subscribers. So if you're interested in that, be sure to subscribe now. And also, just another quick little reminder that if you guys are interested, my HB90 bootcamp, which is a bootcamp teaching you how to plan 90 days, we go through all of your goals for the beginning of next year, set up a Kanban board. It's a super eye-opening, life-changing course. It's a 3-day bootcamp, and it is happening this weekend. So this is your last chance. Registration program will close on Friday morning. So if you're interested in that, the links are down below. And I also have just a couple of slots left for private coaching. If you're an author and you want to work on your strategy for 2019, there's just a couple slots open, and those are only open to bootcamp subscribers. So hopefully you will join us there. And if not, the course will open up again sometime next year and you'll get another shot at it at that point. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed seeing all my planners for 2019. Comment down below and let me know if you enjoyed this and which planner you are using for 2019. I would love to hear about it. All right, guys, bye.